Guys, what's going on? It's Mike. So today is going to be my Boston Comic Con 2016 experience. Let me tell you what an amazing time. I only was able to go on Sunday the 14th, but it started on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so 12, 13, and 14. I was only able to go on the 14th. Had a really good time. I was able to meet up with two YouTubers, Boston Chris and man from Beantown as well. So you see Boston Chris a lot on JLS's, what was it, Tuesday night conversation, Tuesday pillow talk, whatever. What a nice guy, really is. Cool dude. He's awesome on YouTube, and he's even better in person. So I had a lot of fun talking with him, and we hung out for the majority of the day. We really did, and I'll get to Man from Beantown in a little bit when we ran into him. But anyways, I want to start off with this right here. This is a Michael Turner print. Aspen Comics was there. They got the booth, and they were selling some stuff and tons of prints, tons of awesome stuff. All that that put and pack shit, and the Batmans and whatever the hell the other ones were. All Star Batman, Suicide Squad. They didn't have pudding packs for sale. They had Batman #1, the second print for sale, and they had the All Star Batman available, and that's that. So I saw this there. I was like, yes, I gotta have that. I've never seen a Turner print with Spidey and Batman together, and it's down here. It's signed by Peter Sturgewald, who would be the the inker for that. So I thought that was really cool. It would be a great addition to my wall someday. Speaking of Peter Sturgewald, I was able to get him to sign this one here. This is Dark Knight Returns, Last Crusade, right over here. Peter signature, and then Brian Azzarello over here. So that would have been cool. Get that. Another guy that was there was Marv Wolfman. My friend made out with a ton of Marv Wolfman stuff, which was great. I only had the one thing, which was I wanted to bring my Amazing 194 down, but the condition of the book really wasn't all that great. And if I wanted to get something of that significance, I would like to get it CGC'd, or actually CBCS is where I kind of like to roll. So I got the next best thing, and Amazing Spider-Man #7. This is the Hasbro toy edition variant. And I had him sign it right there, to Mike Marful. Most of my books that I got autographed because I have them made out to me, because they're not going to go anywhere. I wait in line for them, and that's the way I like it. Another guy I got autographed there was Jay Lee right here. That's an awesome cover of Batman Superman #1 from New 52. And focus right there. So that's cool to have. I missed him last year at BoCon, so this year I was like, I definitely got to get it. Raphael Albuquerque right there with the Huck #1. Again to me, and that's the what is that? That's the Field of Dreams variant cover. So it's probably one of my top 5 all-time movies ever. So that was a no-brainer right there. Moving on, I didn't get a ton of autographs from a lot of different people. I got, I got a good stack, but the majority of them is from one person. God, Erik Larsen. This guy was, it's right down here. It says, to Mike, Erik Larsen. This guy was sitting at a booth with, he was right next to Jay Lee, and there was just nobody there. And in my opinion, Erik Larsen, he was an all-star, rock and roll star almost back in the '90s. He took on Amazing Spider-Man right after McFarlane, so he did all the inking on that, and he just did a really sick-looking Venom. Venom, his incarnations just been crazy. But I was very pleased to meet Erik Larsen. Nice guy. It looked like I could have stood there for the whole convention and probably talk to them because unfortunately, really nobody was going up there. I also got this one signed, number 347. That's probably one of my favorite covers of all time, really. Especially back in the 90s. So like, wow, just take a look at that, And that one's not made out to me because I actually had CGC Witness come and verify that. But then I decided not to do it because it was going to cost. CGC wanted about $40, all said and done, to submit the book. It's definitely a good candidate to get, submitted. Not that it's, carries a huge aftermarket value, but the condition of this is definitely in a 9.2 to a 9.6 somewhere. I know it's a big gap in between those, but I had all in purposes of having that verified, but I was like, I'm just not spending the, as it went on, because I told them I had more artists to go see, and I'm like, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So I didn't. So I got it back. The next ones that I got, let me get some of these out of here. Come on, Peter. Let's go. Next couple is from Terry Dodson. The next, holy shit, bunch. Probably the next 9 or so. Another nice guy. Again, standing all by himself in the corner. Right over here, it just says Terry Dodson on there. I got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. So he was kind enough to sign those for me, and he's got a really shitty signature, to be honest with you. I'm not too impressed with it. Some guys really have cool signatures, like Erik Larsen's was cool, and Azzarello's was neat. Capullo's is awesome. Snyder's is great, but this guy, whatever. His wife Laura wasn't there. Rachel, and but. He's a nice guy, but again, standing all by himself. Maybe it was late in the show. Maybe Saturday his table was booming. I don't know. But I also was able to bring these connecting covers. I got these from Manny NYC. He picked them up for me. And they would have been good candidates to get graded as well, but he's a couple corner dings and stuff, so it's really not that worth it. So I decided to go with 2 mic. But then what I did notice with a lot of artists, if you ask them to personalize it, they take a little more time to do their name. You can actually make out the word Terry over here and a D, and well, I don't know what the hell happened over there, but compared to, let's just say, some scribble like that. So I was happy with those. Those look good up on the wall. And another one, Terry Dodson, another Wonder Woman right here. I don't know if you can see that too good, but made up to myself, and that one there, the X-Men with Spider-Man on it. Terry Dodson, definitely an underrated artist. He's awesome. He really is, and probably one of my favorites right now. Let's get those out. Back to that Spidey there. Look at that sucker, huh? Hold on. Next guy that I met was Arthur Adams, and nice guy. And I need to look up what he writes under. I gotta go bust out the old Bible and figure it out. But Walking Dead 157. Had him sign it right over here on this fat zombie's belly for Mike. Art Adams. Again, another crappy autograph, but whatever. Art Adams, probably, again, top 5 of favorite artists of, present day of what's doing stuff. That's relevant, I'd say. This one, again, I was going to have it submitted. I can always do CBCS later on, but the $40 price tag was pretty pricey, I thought, and he signed it right over here, Art Adams, just plain old Art Adams. But this is a nice book to have. First appearance of Agent Venom. Flash Thompson as Agent Venom, and what a sick cover that is. And then picked up this one here, Secret Avengers number 30. Had him sign it to Mike right over there, Art Adams, and then definitely this one right here, Marvel Team Up number 141. So you gotta go check out what 816 is there. And the last one I got from him. Yeah, here it is. I got that one signed. This one I had bought on eBay, and which obviously is the cover swipe from Avengers. I think it was at 92. And this one came with Mike Diodado's autograph already, supposedly, allegedly. And then Art Adams signed that right there for me. So that one's really cool. Happy to have that. That'll go up on the wall. And let's see, the next two guys that I was able to score a line with. Now, this is where Boston Chris comes back into play. We were together. He had the VIP tag because he was there all 3 days. And I was doing my CBCS stuff and getting some autographs. And he had broken off and he said, I'm going to go stand in Capullo and Snyder's line. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll meet up with you later. So he was up front, probably 30 people deep. And this line's like 150 people long. And I'm like, I'm walking by and I see him right there. And I'm like, hey, man, what's going on? I can't believe I've been looking all over for you. Thank God you saved my spot in line. And like people behind him like kind of rolled their eyes, and I just kind of slid right in there. So that was awesome. And thanks Chris for letting me do that, cut the line there. And kind of a dirtbag move to do, but anyways, oh well, I don't have time for all this stuff. Let's get to some books right here. So this one here is Batman 39, and Snyder wrote it, to Mike. Keep Smiling, and Greg Capullo signed it right there. And then I got this one done as well, to Mike, haha. And that's an awesome cover. I love that cover. So I was happy to get that. Last two books I have is, you guys all know him and love him from Comic Book Fanatics. I'm sure you've watched on Sundays, and Ken Lashley has been on. I believe he might even be part of the Fanatics Facebook page. So I was able to meet Ken, super nice guy, very down to earth, and I had this new 52-0, and he signed it right down there in gold, so that was cool. But the probably the favorite thing that I got second favorite thing that I got all week. The other one I can't show you, but that is I had an old vid of a Batman #1, the Van Sciver variant from New 52, and I had Van Sciver sign that at Rhode Island Con last year, and then I had to go to CBCS this year to have them crack it open to get Capullo and Snyder to sign it, and so that's now being resubmitted. Hopefully it'll come back the 9.6 that it was, and but anyways, this one's cool. This is a blank variant here, and I brought it over to him, and I'm like, hey, I floated Marty's name. I said, Marty and Ray, they say, hey, what's going on? And he's like, oh, yeah, cool. What's going on, dog, And I said, I got this blank sketch here. Can you do something? He goes, yeah, what do you want? I said, I really don't know. Why don't you can just draw a picture yourself. It don't matter, And he's like, yeah, you definitely don't want a picture of me, So it's, honestly, what do you want? And I wasn't even thinking. Inside the book is Superman and Wonder Woman. I should have said Wonder Woman, but he was selling a print and had Batgirl on there. So I'm like, you know what? Do something for Batgirl. And he's like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, you just want a basic, simple sketch? I said, yeah. Pretend you're doing like on a cocktail napkin or something like that. And I said, is $20 good? He's like, well, it's your money, So then now it makes me wonder, if I would have gave him like 40, what what could he have done? You know, because I just think this is awesome. So I'm just going to throw it out right now, and there it is. So I mean, that is just a simple sketch that he did, and I mean, it might have taken him 10 minutes, not even. Fantastic, very talented artist, Mr. Ken Lashley, and I'm happy with it. Again, it's on a Superman Doomed #1, and Wonder Woman's in it, so maybe I should have went with Wonder Woman, but whatever. I'm happy with this. This is my first commissioned piece. I can see why people get into this, and it's very catchy, I guess. So that is my Boston Comic Con haul extravaganza. And the other thing I did was I went to CGC, and I met Miss Brittany McManus, the one who was corresponding back and forth with Marky 316. And I had that Amazing Spider-Man 20 signed by Stan Lee, the first appearance of the Lizard. And, excuse me, not the Lizard, the Scorpion. God, where's my brain? It's late. So that one had all sorts of rainbow jizz all over it. And I submitted it back, and I asked for the Stan Lee label on the top there that CGC is doing now. So that cost me $5, but I was able to save all sorts of shipping by handing it to them. And so I recommend that, I guess, if anyone has a book from CGC and you're going to a con, to maybe just hand it off to that rep there. That way you don't have to pay for the shipping to CGC and get taken care of. But anyways, Brittany was a nice lady. She, hopefully everything will come out, and at least I'll get that inner well, and should take care of the majority of that rainbow jizz. But this is again my Boston Comic Con haul, and I don't know, I'll give you something else to look at, I guess. Yeah, those are probably my top 3 next to the New 52 Batman one that is getting regraded. So until next time, guys, later.